Now on 4 News Now at 6, schools shut down in Davenport because of a bomb threat. The response and how one parent reacted when he got the call to pick up his child.
Get ready for a streak of cold, clear nights and sunny spring days. I'll let you know how long this break from the rain is going to last in the First Alert forecast.
And a Spokane man stabbed multiple times by a group of teenagers. He tells 4 News Now what was going through his mind during the attack. You're watching 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
It was a scary scene across the inland Northwest today. More than 30 school districts were targets of fake bomb threats, also known as swatting. Some schools canceled classes for the rest of the day as a safety precaution. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Today's threats were not credible and no devices have been found. That's according to law enforcement. The small town of Davenport, just west of Spokane, didn't take any chances. Peter Choi is live in front of Davenport High School tonight. And Peter, tell us what happened.
Yeah, Aaron and Kirsten, it was a situation that shook many parents and kids in this community today. Right now, all staff and students are safe and sound back home. Now, they spoke to a parent today who tells me, although it turned out to be a hoax, it made him and his 8-year-old daughter nervous and worried. And he also tells me that he was surprised that this happened in this community because it's such a small town. Now, here's what we know so far about this incident. Now, earlier this morning, the district in Davenport got an email that was sent over 30 school districts across the state about hidden bombs at schools. Now, around 11 a.m., the district closed all schools and contacted law enforcement. That within 20 minutes, bomb-sniffing dogs from the Fairchild Air Force arrived at schools. And by 1:45 p.m., dogs completed their missions, not finding any explosive materials, meaning the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says it didn't find any bombs at the school. The superintendent says this is the first swatting incident that happened in this community.
Again, we don't get these very often. I've been in this district for 11 years, and this is the first time that I can recall something like this happening. And I think that there's always a chance to learn from it. And I would rather be overcautious and err on that side of it than be wrong.
Now, students and staff were sent to the Trinity Lutheran Church for reunification with their families. The district tells me if this type of swatting becomes common, the district will review additional measures to approach it in the future. Now, Lincoln County Sheriff investigator tells me they don't know who sent this email to the district. And we'll keep you updated as more information is available. Live in Davenport, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. Davenport wasn't the only school district to close schools early because of the threats. All these school districts that you see here on the map, including Cooley City, Colfax, Sprague, and St. John, also received bomb threats.
New at 6 o'clock, in an effort to retain teachers, the Post Falls School District will try a 4-day work week starting this fall. The district has been asking for parents' feedback for months, with 63% of those surveyed in favor of a shorter work week. This would make Post Falls the 79th school district in Idaho to move to that 4-day schedule. This means kids will no longer have to go to school on Fridays. They will also be getting out of school a little bit later. For kindergarten through 8th grade students, they'll be going to school 25 minutes longer every day. Post Falls students will be in class in an extra 45 minutes, and that is for the high school students. High schoolers, an extra 45 minutes.
Police say 16-year-old Mayana Lewis has been found safe. We told you about this yesterday. She was just one of 2 teen girls who ran away from the Healing Lodge 7 Nations last week. Police are still looking for 14-year-old Charlotte Jurassic. She's not from this area, has a history of substance use. Police say she's known to frequent homeless camps or shelters. If you see Charlotte, you're asked to call Crime Check. Here's the number, 509-456-2233. A beautiful spring day in the inland Northwest.
But how long will the nice weather last? Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your First Alert forecast.
Well, we have more days very much like what we're experiencing today in the forecast. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and we do have some hit and miss showers across the region right now, but mainly over the higher terrain, and a lot of what you're seeing on the radar is not reaching the ground. Here's a closer view on our radar of the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. You may see some showers off in the distance or some virga, but no reports of anything around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene in terms of showers. And again, we'll have a very similar day tomorrow. Our temperatures have been running below average by more than 5 degrees. It's 49 in Spokane, in downtown Spokane Valley. It's only 44 at Cheney and Spangle, as well as in Airway Heights, 45 in Spirit Lake, and 46 in Coeur d'Alene. We're headed down to overnight lows, Thursday morning lows down in the 20s and low 30s, down below freezing across the entire region. We're going to warm up into the lower 50s. Again, just a little below average with that mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, bright blue skies to start the day, and still an outside chance that you might run into a sprinkle or two, but we'll keep most of the showers in the mountain areas. A little bit warmer on Friday, and the warming trend continues through the weekend. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get before the temperatures drop again in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Less than 24 hours after he was stabbed by a group of teenagers, a Spokane man is back downtown.
Spokane police arrested 3 teens involving that violent attack. They're also accused of robbing another man. Police say there could be more arrests and charges on the way. The stabbing happened on the Monroe Street Bridge just after 8 o'clock last night. Vanessa Perez is live downtown with this story.
Well, the man stabbed here on the Monroe Street Bridge Tuesday night is out of the hospital and doing okay. The violent attack has some people on high alert. They tell me this isn't the first time they've ran into problems with teenagers. Jeremy Root landed in an ambulance Tuesday night. Less than 24 hours later, he's back walking around.
Felt everyone go in and come back out, and could have been sharper.
Root remembers a group of about 5 or 6 teenagers who attacked him.
But I do have to give their girlfriends credit because they stabbed me too.
He was on the bridge with the man he just met. That's when he says they came across the teens.
5 individuals arrived, talked a bunch of this, that, and the other about the guy wearing a red shirt. Then he ran like a punk and left me there to deal with 5 people armed with knives.
Root was able to walk to his group of friends outside the library. His friends are glad to see he's doing okay.
If he would have gotten, to the point where like they ended up killing him, because I don't know what I would have done. It's just I've lost a lot of people in my life.
The violent attack has them on high alert.
Like, where are they? Are they coming this way? Are they going to hit the corner anytime soon? Who's next? We've had issues with these youngsters over and over and over again.
Spokane Police says this investigation is ongoing. There could be additional arrests and charges on the way. We'll be sure to follow this story closely. Live in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Well, people who live and work downtown say they're concerned about the recent assaults, robberies, and vandalism. Tomorrow, Spokane's mayor, police chief, and the downtown precinct captain will address their recent efforts to keep downtown safe. You can watch live on KXLY.com and our streaming app, KXLY Plus, once again tomorrow at noon.
Credit card skimmers are making a comeback, and scammers are installing them inside local stores in just seconds.
As technology advances, scammers are going to learn to take advantage of us.
I'll show you the signs to keep a lookout for and keep your money safe in my special report coming up tonight at 6:30. And another Zags player has declared for the NBA draft. What losing Malachi Smith could mean for the Bulldogs coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Four News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pape Machinery.
Parenting can be hard under the best of circumstances. Vanessa Behan is on a mission to surround children with a safe, healthy community.
Any family can find themselves in need of a supportive place during a stressful time. We are here for them in that moment and beyond.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Vanessa Behan as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And I'm Mustachio, offering up to $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, fenders, and tires, so you can customize your ride. It's perfect! Like the deal and love your wheels.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Experience the film that started it all as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie on the big screen.
Second show added. Get your tickets now at ticketswest.com.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Next ET, we're with Jeremy Renner, his first red carpet since his tragic snowplow accident.
I really couldn't be more fortunate.
Plus, our sweet at-home exclusive with Amanda Klutz and 3-year-old son, Elvis.
Does he ask questions now? Is he curious about his dad?
Yeah. Their new loving tribute to Nick Cordero.
What do you say to Dada?
Good night, Dada.
Good night, Dada. I love you, Dada.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Another Gonzaga basketball player is trying his luck at the pros. Guard Malachi Smith has declared for the NBA draft. Smith is the second Bulldog to declare for the draft this week. He joins forward Julian Strother.
Sports director Julian Minnesota is live in studio to talk about the impact Smith's departure could have on the Bulldogs next season.
Well, Kirsten, Aaron, there's no way to sugarcoat it. This is a huge loss for Gonzaga. Smith was the West Coast Conference Sixth Man of the Year this season. He averaged 8 points a game and was Gonzaga's most efficient guard in the NCAA tournament, shooting more than 50% from the field. Now, it's been reported that Smith's intention is to maintain the option of returning to Gonzaga while going through the NBA draft process. So there is an option for him to return. Smith was expected to be one of the key players for Gonzaga next season. And coming up in sports, we take a look at what Gonzaga's roster could look like next year if Smith does indeed leave the program. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesota, 4 News Now Sports.
Despite the sunshine, temperatures stayed below average today. A high of 49. 56 is our average high, and we started the day off at a cool 27. Here's a look at high temperatures across the region today. A warming trend in the forecast. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we simply don't do that.
We ain't no big city slickers with second stickers.
It's business as usual.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Whether it's readying your remodel, getting some getaway time, planning those perfect moments, turning your side hustle into a full-time gig, or consolidating your bills into one easy payment, you don't need to wait for someday to do the things you want to do. Achieve tomorrow's dreams today with a Momentum Home Equity Line of Credit. And when you get in motion now, you'll get a special introductory rate. Get a jump on your dreams today. Horizon Credit Union. Your path, our purpose.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get up to $1,200 back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Tomorrow on GMA, the one and only Denzel Washington, plus an exclusive Celine Dion announcement. What will it be? And the amazing deals and steals you've been waiting for, all $20 and under.
So good. So good.
Tomorrow only on ABC's Good Morning America.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
Skies will be clearing later this evening. Temperatures dropping down into the 20s with mostly clear skies. Winds generally less than 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Actually, we should have mostly clear conditions to start the day, and then the clouds will develop once again in the instability of the afternoon. High temperature of 51, not quite up to average. Here's why. Look at our live satellite and radar. You can see these polka dot showers all over the western United States. We have an upper level trough that will bring that instability in the afternoon. Here's a broader view. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Everything quiets down overnight. The showers come to an end. The sky's clear except for the leading edge of the trough where we find the snow through central Idaho all the way up through central Montana. As we get into the day tomorrow, here's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Those instability showers start redeveloping across the region, mainly over the higher terrain. Could run into some graupel. Wouldn't rule out an isolated rumble of thunder over the mountains, but for the most part, they will just be showers. By 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, those showers start tapering off, and we may do it again on Friday. The trend is toward warmer weather, but the next couple of days will be just below average. This white line is average here, which is in the mid-50s now. We'll be in the upper 50s Saturday, lower 60s on Sunday. Good timing on our warming trend. Then a system comes in late Sunday that drags our temperatures back down below average, and that appears to be the trend as we wait and hope for some warm spring weather. The outlook for the second half of April is still calling for below average temperatures and above average precipitation. It is a slight chance, though, that light green, so I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in that, especially since our precipitation totals in Spokane, at least, have been running below average despite numerous predictions that have not been happening for us. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 20s and low 30s, below freezing almost everywhere. Lewiston, Wenatchee, and the Tri-Cities. The only exceptions, high temperatures tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today, but still running below average. 40s for Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene, only 48 in Pullman. Will be in the 50s for Ritzville, Grand Coulee, as well as Omak. Mountain showers a possibility through the weekend. High temperatures continuing to climb, and then that system comes in. Right now, it looks like late Sunday. We will start to see some rain. That will continue into a showery Monday and Tuesday with temperatures running below average and just a few nights of below freezing temperatures. But we've got some warm nights ahead as well. 40s Saturday night into Sunday and Sunday night into Monday morning. I'll be back in just a few minutes with some Wildlife Wednesday photos.
And speaking of photos, Chris, take a look at these taken yesterday by our meteorologist Matt Gray. There were a lot of fascinating cloud formations from the storms yesterday, but these clouds are more than just pretty pictures.
Meteorologist Matt Gray with us now. And Matt, you can use these clouds to kind of give you a sense of what's coming your way.
Yeah, you know, you get the cloud charts. It's like the first day of weather school, but I want to give some of that to you all, right? So spending time in nature, it's one of the great benefits of living here, right? But be a little tricky when you got those fast developing storms and spotty cell phone coverage as well when you're out on the trail. So being able to read those clouds, I think, can be pretty useful. And what I'm about to show you can certainly help you do that. Let's talk about why the cloud shapes in this particular picture form and why it matters to you. The little pouches there that stick out from under the cloud, they're called Mammatus clouds. They look pretty cool, but they're not just cool to look at. They're a great indicator of instability in our atmosphere. Moist, unstable air rises high into the sky, forms those tall clouds called cumulonimbus or thunderheads. If you see a cloud with a large wispy top spreading out across the sky, it might be time to head inside. At the very least, you're looking at getting a little bit soaked. Those cumulonimbus clouds also produce lightning, gusty winds, and hail, especially as we get later into the year and through the summer months. You can see the tops of these clouds long before the skies will start to darken as those storms approach. So it's a good idea to figure out what they look like from far away. It's this cloud top of a cumulonimbus where those mammatus clouds most often form. Now, exactly why these happen, not quite fully understood, but here's kind of the as close as we can get basics. As air and moisture continue to rise up through that storm, the cloud tops, they turn very, very cold. Cool air is heavier, tends to sink, and so if the air below that cloud is fairly dry, that sinking moist air eventually warms into invisible water vapor. That warm, dry air also trying to rise up at the same time. So these little sinking air pockets from above, well, they create those little pouches, those mammatus clouds. Now, these have varying degrees of intensity. Yesterday, they were just showing up a little bit. Take a look at these. These were mammatus clouds from that nasty hailstorm that hit Rockford, Liberty Lake, East Farms last summer. Definitely a lot more impressive. And one reason why these clouds are often linked with severe weather. So to sum it up, the tops of those clouds, especially when they got some of these tagging along, should be a reason for you to pack up and hike back to the car when you're outside this spring and summer.
That's good to know. Thanks, Matt. You can find weather stories like this one in Matt Gray's weather newsletter. It's called The Brainstorm. You can sign up at KXLY.com. Get in-depth forecasting and discussions of the science behind the weather in your inbox every week.
Well, this massive fire in Indiana forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes. What investigators say caused the fire? Coming up next.
And Louisville police have released the 911 calls from Monday's deadly bank shooting in Kentucky. One of those calls was from the shooter's mother. What she told the operator about how she knew something was wrong. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
April showers brings mud, and that means it's time to go off-road and throw some dirt. And everything you need is waiting at Snow's Auto. Add lighting upgrade, new bumper and winch, and get special pricing on all truck and Jeep lifts, as well as new rugged tires to make your truck, Jeep, or Bronco an off-road beast. Plus, save on remote starts for just $399. Window tints are $50 off, and all speakers, amps, and subwoofers are on sale this week at Snow's Auto.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
Can you even remember to water the houseplants?
I do this? You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office.
We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
It's the once-a-year spring tune-up event this week at the Cal Superstores in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm offering great deals on over 300 of the best rigs in the region.
And I'm Mustachio, offering up to $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, fenders, and tires, so you can customize your ride. It's perfect! Like the deal and love your wheels.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at Shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Spokane Speed and Custom Show this weekend.
More than 2,000 people in Indiana were forced to stay in their homes, and thousands more were evacuated because of the poor air quality caused by this fire. Officials say the fire was caused by a tractor bursting into flames, which quickly spread through the recycling facility in Richmond, located about 70 miles outside of Indianapolis. The fire chief saying the facility is partly owned by the city of Richmond and a private citizen. That person had been warned several times and cited for unsafe conditions.
This person has been negligent and irresponsible, and it's led to putting a lot of people in danger.
Well, there's so much smoke that it can even be seen from space. The town ordering evacuations within half a mile of the fire. Authorities saying as the winds change, the evacuation zone may change too. Officials say the fire could burn for days, and there's no word on when people will be able to return home.
Former President Donald Trump is suing his former attorney for $500 million. Mr. Trump accuses Michael Cohen of spreading false information. Trump also says Cohen breached confidentiality agreements with public statements, published books, and other media appearances. The former president's lawsuit comes after he pleaded not guilty last week to 34 charges of falsifying records related to the hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
New at 6 o'clock, what do 90 Day Fiancé, Batman, and Harry Potter all have in common? Not a lot, but you will soon be able to stream all of them on the same app. The new platform is called Max. At its core, it's a rebranding of the existing HBO Max, but now it will include content from their new parent company, Discovery. The app will offer content from HBO, HGTV, Food Network, Cartoon Network, and TLC. It is scheduled to maintain HBO Max's current price point of $15.99 per month. Max launches on May 23rd.
Well, new tonight at 6 o'clock, take a look at this dash cam video showing two semi-trucks colliding head-on. Happened in Iowa. Both drivers only suffered minor injuries. A second camera from inside the cab shows the driver of the approaching truck. The DOT says he wasn't paying attention to the road, and they're trying to figure out what he was looking at. Investigators say the driver of the stopped truck had been going in the opposite direction, lost control, wound up in oncoming traffic. Well, this may look like your standard credit card reader, but one swipe at this machine could put your credit card information in the hands of criminals. Hear from a local detective about the signs to watch for so you don't become a victim.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
At Holiday, we are perfecting the air we share. Daikin's mission aligns with Holiday in advancing innovation every step of the way.
Fixed right or it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
The wait is over, and on Thursday, April 13th, mixed martial arts action returns when Coeur d'Alene Casino presents King of the Cage. Don't miss the high adrenaline, high octane action live, and 3 boxing matches in the cage, presented by House of Fury. Don't miss the return of Tyler St.-John, Cameron Robinet, Melvin Bassar, and much more. Visit ticketswest.com. And the night before, it's the official pre-fight party with a meet and greet of Thomas Hearns, 7-time world boxing champion, from 7 to 8:30 p.m.
This is about more than just tractors. These are people's lives we're talking about here.
When I'm on my Kubota, everything goes away. It's my therapy.
Okay, guys, we need to get this part ordered for Rick's tractor immediately.
Heck, they don't treat people as customers. They treat people like family.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups or get $3,750 total value on a 2023 Silverado with a turbo high output engine. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The most important thing that I want to carry on, my dad has a strong belief in, it sounds so simple, but taking care of the customer. And so to stay humble and realize that we are lucky to have them, I think that's an important trait to have.
Kissing cousins? Next, Inside Edition. They got married 17 years ago. They have 3 kids. Then she did a 23andMe DNA test. The shocking results. They're cousins.
Are we even supposed to be together? That's so weird.
Plus, why they called the Louisville shooter Mr. Concussion. Did getting injured playing sports damage his mental health? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, new tonight, we are hearing of a break in the case involving a credit card skimmer stealing information from potentially hundreds of people in the inland Northwest.
Post Falls detectives say they can't tell us which convenience store was targeted until they make an arrest. We did get a first-hand look at the skimmer. It's right here. You see it behind us. Detectives tell us it takes less than 10 seconds to install one of those in this special report, new at 6:30.
Skimmers uncovered in these TikTok videos.
Card skimmer.
They may look flimsy.
It clips right on there just like a cell phone case would. We call it an overlay device because it overlays right onto the point of sale terminals.
But these sophisticated devices can steal your info in one swipe and your PIN number.
It's got its own battery source. It's also Bluetooth.
All while the scammers sit in the parking lot.
And you're still able to buy your bag of chips at the store. You'd never know.
Detective Sergeant Neil Uhrig has been in digital forensics for about 10 years. He's holding the latest overlay skimmer found inside a Post Falls convenience store.
They will bring this device into the store, distract the cashier, and put this right over the top of the point of sale terminal. And this took all of but 10 seconds for them to install.
He says employees at the store found the skimmer about 18 hours after it was installed. But in some cases, skimmers have stayed hidden for weeks.
As I've had a number of our police officers say, hey, I was at that convenience store on that day using my card. So everyone can be victimized by this.
Branch manager Michael Whipple with Numerica Credit Union says their financial crimes investigation unit works with members as soon as they notice suspicious charges.
As long as we can make sure that it wasn't you and that you were scammed out of the money, we're going to be able to help you get that money back.
Sergeant Uhrig recommends contactless pay, either with your phone or with the tap to pay feature on your card. He says scammers haven't figured out how to steal that data yet.
As technology advances, scammers are going to learn to take advantage of us. Don't be afraid, though, when you're out at a store and you see something that doesn't look right, call it out. The only way it stops is if people are more vigilant about their monies.
And Aaron, I have to tell you, I was surprised when I held that skimmer in my hand. Obviously, it's still evidence, so it has the plastic bag around it, but how lightweight it is. It really is like a cell phone case. So some ideas for helping you if you're out at a convenience store. Those buttons are sticky. If there's an overlay device, it's going to feel a little bit different.
Okay.
But you have to be looking for it. You know, you have to be paying attention, and that was the detective's point, is everyone's going to have to really be kind of suspicious of these things.
Which is not a bad idea. I mean, you should be a little bit suspicious when you're out there and you see something you don't normally see. That's the time you want to maybe yank. I've done it before, especially when I'm at a gas station I don't normally go to, and you're like, I don't know. Or that's why I like to use my contactless card, just a quick tap.
And that's the best way to do it. His preferred method, you know, the detective himself says that he likes to use the Cash App or those apps on your phone because they just haven't been able to hack those yet.
Yet is the key word. But good tips there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kirsten. What do you think, Chris?
Oh my goodness, I need to get on board with those apps. Haven't quite figured it out because, yeah, I'm still using the card machines. Here's a live look over Mount Spokane. A beautiful shot here, nice and clear, some blue sky. We do still have a few hit and miss isolated showers around the region, mainly over the mountains. Here's a look at our live radar, and you can see they are very isolated and very spring-like. Typical weather, and we'll be in a similar boat again tomorrow in the instability of the day. We have cold air aloft, a very typical spring-like pattern. We end up with this splatter pattern painted array of showers, mainly over the higher terrain, but sometimes coming down into the Columbia Basin right now around Moses Lake. Now, not all of this is reaching the ground. You may see them off in the distance, virga evaporating before it reaches the surface, and that will be the case again tomorrow. It is going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow. Our temperatures right now, 49 in Spokane. That has been our high today. We're also 49 in downtown in Spokane Valley, only in the mid 40s in Hayden, Spirit Lake, and Coeur d'Alene. It's 44 in Spangle and 44 in Cheney presently. Overnight lows tonight with clearing skies, light winds will be down in the 20s and lower 30s, below freezing throughout the entire Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. So grab a coat on the way out to the bus stop in the morning, but it will warm up in the afternoon. We're heading to a high temperature of 51, a mix of sun and clouds. Day very much like today. I will be back with your 7-day forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6:30. When gunfire erupted inside a Louisville bank earlier this week, 911 calls flooded the emergency dispatch center.
Because of those calls, police arrived quickly. Ultimately, though, the gunman killed 5 people.
One of those 911 calls could have saved everyone's life if it had been made earlier, because it was from the killer's mom.
Okay, so where did you get this information from? Who told you what's going on?
His roommate called me. His roommate's very concerned. Physically. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
And she also told the operator that her son worked at the bank and didn't know where he would get a gun. We do know now that the shooter purchased that gun legally 1 week before the shooting.
Police still have not released a motive, but one theory was that the shooter learned he was going to be fired.
We did get clarification. There was no discussion about him being terminated, and of course he wasn't fired.
Authorities say he left a note but have not yet revealed details about it. In their statement, the gunman's family also says it's fully cooperating with police to figure out why this happened. New at 6:30, a bill that would increase the number of multifamily homes across Washington is one step closer to becoming law. The bill passed the Senate 35-14. It overrides local zoning rules that have kept large areas in cities for only single-family homes. Supporters of the bill say increasing housing supply is critical to ease a statewide housing crisis that's seen home prices soar. Critics argue that each city should address their specific housing issues. The bill now heads to the House for final approval.
The downtown stadium is set to open this fall, and the Spokane Public Schools Board is considering a proposal this evening on the official name, sponsorship, and a tribute to Joe Albi. The North Bank Stadium, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, is the stadium name and sponsorship proposal, and the field name choices either Northern Quest Field or Kalispel Field. Spokane Public Schools preferred Spokane to be the name, but the Spokane Public Facilities District is proposing North Bank as a reasonable substitute, as a nod to the importance of the North Bank neighborhood in the economic development of Spokane. Both the SPS criteria and the SPFD guidelines will also require tribal consultation. The next steps at tonight's school board meeting are to decide on these, suggest other names and sponsorship options, and more. SPS also has plans to design an area to be named Joe Albi Plaza in front of the stadium, with a plaque and statue of Joe Albi brought over from the former stadium. SPS has also submitted a street name change request to the city for a section of Dean Avenue between Washington and Howard Streets to be renamed Joe Albi Way in recognition of Albi's contributions to sports in Spokane.
Also new tonight, a new report from the CDC found that there was a spike in women who died during pregnancy or within the year after giving birth during the pandemic. The CDC says there was a 40% spike in deaths in 2021.
We know that many women don't have access to the preventive and emergency care that they need during pregnancy and after pregnancy. And part of that is that many women don't have the extended coverage that they need for postpartum care.
Another new report looking at more than 1,000 pregnancy-related deaths in 36 states from 2016 to 2019 and finding that 84% were preventable. Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from a pregnancy-related cause than white women.
See that there are long-standing structural issues and barriers that have prevented Black women and women of color more broadly from getting the kind of care that they need.
The CDC also found that half of maternal deaths happened 1 week to 1 year after giving birth. About 1 in 4 deaths were from mental health conditions.
Women seeking abortion may soon have more privacy. The Biden administration is set to propose a new rule to prohibit the disclosure of protected health information by regulated health insurance companies and providers, specifically in regards to an investigation against a person who either seeks, obtains, or provides reproductive services. Right now, existing guidance protects the privacy of patients under certain circumstances, but a senior administration official says the proposed policy would take those guidance a step further.
Malachi Smith is the latest player to leave Gonzaga. How this move impacts the Bulldogs roster next season.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Heritage Funeral and Cremation.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for cash, as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Heart-pounding design, intelligent technology, courageous performance. Discover a new world of possibilities in the Lexus RX. Never lose your edge.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Your life revolves around your home, family, and backyard. It's your world. Shape your world with the Plant Farm. They'll help you select the healthiest plants, flowers, shrubs, and trees for your backyard. Enhance your patios and front entrance with the stunning Plant Farm signature hanging baskets. And shape your world indoors with the largest selection of unique specialty houseplants. Shape your world with the Plant Farm, because life is better in the garden.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Did you know Northwest Fence sells parts and pieces to the public? They'll even put together a materials list and installation instructions too. Come see the professionals at Northwest Fence today.
It's the Spring Tune-Up event at Cal Cars in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane.
We're giving away $600 in free upgrades with every vehicle sold, like lifts, light bars, and tires, so you can customize your ride.
This week at Cal, the Move Fitness gyms are on the move.
Let's go! With everyone getting ready for summer and a new gym opening soon in Spokane, there's never been a better time to join.
Some ideas seem good, but aren't.
Maybe she could sell her house.
What could go wrong?
Like listing your house, then dealing with all the trouble, expense, not to mention closing costs. We Buy Ugly Houses can buy your house fast for cash, as is with no hassle. Call or click to sell quick.
Oh, it's Wildlife Wednesday time. Signs of spring among the wildlife, including this photo of a deer nibbling on some greenery. Found some nice things to eat. Although I do see now a closer look, now that it's a big shot here, I see some thorns. So be careful, deer. This is from Mark Boat. I love it. Courtney Litwin said last night she heard the sounds of owlets near her place in a field, and so went out this morning and found this little darling, as well as 2 others, 3 owlets, and she heard the adult as well. Owlets are so adorable. Great horned owlet from Courtney Litwin. Thank you, Courtney. Can't decide if they are cute or hideous. Take one look at the foot, though, on a muskrat, and that kind of tilts the scales in the strange direction. Marty Stowe found this little darling nibbling some greenery and then paused for a scratch there with that very strange back foot. And from Ron Burdick, an osprey action shot here, diving for fish. What an amazing bird. Thank you very much, Ron. The osprey are back. There's green things for the animals to eat. There's all kinds of birds showing up. Must be spring, but it's going to feel a little more like winter tomorrow. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It's going to be another very chilly morning. We'll be down in the 20s, a mix of sun and clouds, sunshine to start the day, and then we'll see more clouds as we get into the afternoon. In fact, today, very much like today, a warming trend in our forecast that takes us up into the 60s by Sunday, and then the showers move back in. Here's a look at our forecast radar, starting off at our current time with some very isolated showers in progress. Those come to an end as our sun sets here in the next half hour. Thursday morning at 7 a.m. we might run into a couple spots of patchy fog, but this late in the season they will not be around for long, and we will be into the sunshine. By the afternoon, though, here's 2 p.m. we start to see the cumulus building up again and those hit and miss showers, mainly over the higher terrain. We might encounter a little bit of grapple or a brief downpour, but it will not last long, and we'll be drying out again for a dry day Friday. 31 to start the day. Mountain showers possible through Saturday, and then we're dry for most of the day Sunday, warming up to a high of 62. Then that next round of rain comes in for Sunday night. Monday and Tuesday, we're back down in the 50s. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. New tonight at 6:30, inflation has affected just about everything from cost of groceries to gas and used and new car prices. But does it affect your taxes?
ABC's Alexis Christophorus explains the impact inflation can have and what to do if you are struggling to get by this tax season.
When it comes to taxes, inflation can make an impact.
There were inflation adjustments to the standard deduction and the tax brackets, and those thresholds all rose according to inflation.
But arguably, the most noticeable way that inflation will affect your taxes is your refund won't stretch as far.
Everything costs more, so your dollar is just not buying as much. The other thing is the refund is smaller because of the expiration of these pandemic tax breaks. So people are kind of getting squeezed on both sides.
If you're experiencing a financial hardship, the IRS says they're here to help. If you're filing online, which experts highly recommend over a paper return, and you make less than $73,000 a year, you may qualify to file online for free. But make sure you do it through the IRS website.
If you use, let's say, a search engine to find Free File, if you go any other route than irs.gov first, you may find yourself having to pay for free filing software. The only place that it's absolutely guaranteed is irs.gov.
Filers who make $60,000 or less may also be eligible to get free tax assistance. On irs.gov, look up VITA, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, to find a location near you. And if you owe money but you can't pay it right now,
don't ignore it. Call us. We're going to work with you. You're not in trouble.
You can set up a payment plan with the IRS online or by calling the IRS 800 number. Alexis Christophorus, ABC News, New York.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Experience the film that started it all as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie on the big screen.
Second show added. Get your tickets now at ticketswest.com.
It's time to spring into action and conquer the road ahead with Northwest Motorsport. Unleash your spring adventure at nwmsrocks.com/spring. We are Northwest Motorsport. We are trucks, and more trucks.
Come to Tooele Casino and cruise home a winner. You could choose keys or cash. Play your favorite games to earn entries. The more you play, the more chances you have to win. Earn bonus entries on Sundays in April for even more chances to win. You could win a 2023 Chevrolet Trailblazer or $25,000 cash. Join us for jackpots, food, and fun at the place that treats you right, Tooele Casino.
It's spring decking season, which means the best time to get the best selection and savings before the summer rush hits. From the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop, shop for wood.
Shop where the contractors go for the best ideas to make your backyard beautiful for summer. From a great selection of aluminum and iron rod railing to the best quality decking choices, Windsor Plywood is the one-stop shop to get it done.
Windsor Plywood.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
R&R RV Center is your Van World Superstore. Solus, Travato, Echo, Revel, and more. Choose from front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or 4x4. And bring your trade. R&R RV wants your boat, your Harley, your old RV. Van World at R&R RV Center in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Or shop now at rnrrv.com. Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
From R&R RV, your RV superstore.
4 News Now is brought to you by Regional Theater of the Palouse.
The mass exodus continues at Gonzaga. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga guard Malachi Smith has declared for the NBA draft. Smith is the second Bulldog to turn pro this week alongside forward Julian Strawther. Smith was the West Coast Conference 6th man of the year, averaging 8 points a game. He was also Gonzaga's most efficient guard in the NCAA tournament, shooting more than 50% from the field. Now, it's been reported that Smith's intention is to maintain the option of returning to Gonzaga while still going through this NBA draft process. Smith was expected to be one of the key players for the Bulldogs next season. And Smith joins Drew Timme, Julian Strawther, as I mentioned, Rajir Bolton, Hunter Salas, Efton Reed, and Dominic Harris as the players who are leaving the program. Forward Anton Watson is undecided on his future. Watson has 1 year of eligibility remaining. Idaho women's basketball lost its best player. Vandals forward Beyonce B is reportedly entering the transfer portal. B was a unanimous All-Big Sky first-team selection the last 3 seasons. B led the Vandals in scoring at 22 points a game. This comes just a week after B's head coach John Newley and the University of Idaho agreed to part ways. Eastern Washington football has been sweating, working hard in spring practice all week long. You could see the sense of urgency. The Eagles do not want a repeat of last season. Eastern Washington is coming off its worst season in 15 years. The Eagles only won 3 games all of last year. The guys are using the losing season as motivation for the upcoming fall season.
That's probably been our most motivating piece, and probably why we did push so hard this offseason and why we worked so hard and did the things that we did in the winter. And now being out there on the field, it's really showing, and I think everybody has, more of a competitive edge and a want to be great.
It's just more of a reminder of that if you don't prepare the right way, if you're not constantly preparing and ready, that on any given Saturday that you may lose.
The Eagles found out the hard way last season. Eastern Washington's spring game is scheduled for Friday, April 28th. Washington State baseball defeated Seattle U 11-2 this afternoon. Cougars shortstop Kyle Russell knocked in 3 RBIs in the win. WSU also snapped a 3-game losing streak. Seattle Mariners looking to avoid a sweep against the Chicago Cubs. Seattle's Teoscar Hernandez unloads on one in the 8th inning. Cubs fans, as you could see, did not like that. They'll go ahead and throw the ball back. Baseball etiquette right there. They did not like it one bit. Next batter is Jared Kelnick, and this one was even worse for those Cubs fans there. A no-doubter, 482 feet to the upper deck at Wrigley Field. This one, as you can expect, also got thrown back. There it is right there. Mariners win 5-2 and snap a 3-game losing streak. And the Spokane Indians game is underway at Avista Stadium right now. The Indians beat the Eugene Emeralds in the opener last night. Eugene leads this one right now 1-0 in the first inning. We'll have coverage of that one tonight on Nightside. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Thank you, Julian. New at 6:30, new proposed tailpipe standards from the EPA could mean most drivers will go electric within the decade.
The Biden administration says it will strengthen the economy and reduce reliance on foreign oil. Gloria Pazmino has the details.
The Biden administration is betting big on electric.
We're driving towards a clean energy future.
On Wednesday, the Environmental Protection Agency proposed new car emission standards that could require electric vehicles to account for up to 2/3 of new cars sold in the U.S. by 2032.
We're starting to see all of the auto industry move in this direction.
Transportation is the biggest source of greenhouse pollution in the U.S., with light-duty vehicles accounting for 58% of those emissions. EPA Administrator Michael Regan says the goal is not only to tackle the climate crisis, but to bolster the economy long-term.
This is a really exciting proposal that codifies the president's vision for an electric future that wins the day in manufacturing and jobs as well.
The rules are intended to push the auto industry toward electrification and increase supply.
We see that consumers are really responsive to EVs when they get their hands on them.
Still, not everyone is ready to buy in. 41% of Americans polled by Gallup last month said they would not buy an electric vehicle. But the White House hopes tax incentives like a credit up to $7,500 for new EV purchases will help drive Americans to electrify.
We're going to save consumers money. This is a huge opportunity for everyone in this country.
I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
If approved, the new emission standards would start with 2027 model cars.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
The color of lilac is often used for the region, a hue between red and blue, but we think it's the color of the huckleberry that is the most special to the Inland Northwest. Just look for the purple, now at Rosars.
Performance. It's what powers the 2023 family of Mazda CUVs with standard iActive all-wheel drive and an available turbo engine, helping you take performance further.
With effortless power and the reliability of iActive all-wheel drive, Mazda CUVs are built for the Pacific Northwest. Take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Take advantage of all the tax credits you can, including the new Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You could get up to $1,200 back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Listen, do you hear that?
Miss T, who's that?
They want to know. Mom.
That's right, baby.
Y'all got the greatest teacher in the world.
Hi, Miss Grammatique.
Boy.
Dear road rivals, you may have 4 wheels, headlights, and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. You see, the Camry's been named best-selling car in America. But cheer up, wannabe twinsies. If you try harder, maybe you can catch up. Later, Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
If it seems each Rosars is a little different and unique, it's because they are. Rooted in the Northwest since 1934.
And launching the first supermarket in the region.
We've grown organically.
With each neighborhood store, we added Scratch Bakery, Service Deli, Service Meat, local produce.
Then, we were the first in the Inland Northwest to offer an organic and natural market, Huckleberries.
And now we've brought Huckleberries and our experts to each neighborhood Rosars.
Like Lincoln Heights, 5 Mile, The Y, and more. It's our people that make the difference.
At your local neighborhood Rosars.
Along with Huckleberries, naturally the best. Just look for the purple.
Ford News Now is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, we talked to the family members of a man who was killed in a deadly attack at a Catholic Charities apartment complex in West Spokane 2 weeks ago.
And more details in a story we brought you first last night on Nightside. A Spokane man stabbed multiple times by a group of teenagers. Today, he tells us what was going through his head during that attack. That's tonight on Nightside.
Skies are clearing tonight for a cold start to the day. Tomorrow we'll be down in the 20s, a high of 51. Warming trend takes us up to 62 on Sunday, and then we start cooling back down into the 50s with showers to start next week. I like the looks of the weekend, though.
We're getting up to that 60 range. I like that too.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. I don't mind a little rain either.
No.
Kind of nice.
Okay.
Messes with Julian's runs, but.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.